The end of a crime spree. A man that's in critical condition after being shot by sheriff's deputies in suburban Lake Worth. What we are expected to learn today.
And thousands in Fort Pierce are waking up without natural gas service when it's expected to be turned back on. Coming up. Good morning. Welcome to your Monday. Let's get a check of how your week in weather will shape up.
Tyler Malden in the house.
Well, good morning, everyone. Here's a look at Live After 5 Max. You can see that we are dry right now. We had a couple of showers just about 30 minutes ago, but we're now dry. Temperatures are in the 60s and the 70s, and we have a little bit of fog out here towards Wptv. That's it, though. No weather worries for you this morning. Patchy fog will continue to grow in coverage this morning, and it'll take up more real estate up there along the Treasure Coast. Now, I say showers possible along the coastline, too, and temperatures are in the mid-70s. Later on this afternoon, we'll heat up to 85 degrees. A few more showers are in the forecast for you. We'll call it scattered showers, and it'll be breezy to windy. Back to you.
All right, let's take a look at your Chopper 5 time saver traffic. Not much going on right now out there on the roads, no major traffic ties, but between Okeechobee and Edwards Road on Jenkins Road, this is in Palm Beach County until 5 today. Look out for that construction. Nothing going on in the Treasure Coast that we could tell you about right now, though, as far as a tie-up. Ashley?
All right, 4:31 right now, and a man is in the hospital following a deputy-involved shooting. They say he was involved in a 48-hour crime spree in suburban Lake Worth, and after a carjacking, several robberies this weekend, deputies say they're happy to have this suspect off the street. News Channel 5's Christina Noche is live now to explain all the details. Hey, Christina.
Yeah, the shooting happened near a shopping center near Palm Beach State College. If you take a look at this video over the weekend, you can get an idea of what the scene looked like. Several deputies were involved in this shooting, hitting the man more than 3 times, and that's why he's in the hospital this morning. Palm Beach County Sheriff Rick Bradshaw says 48-year-old James Goad is the man responsible for several burglaries over the weekend. He was wanted for an armed carjacking and other robberies. Now, a chase ensued, which ended at that shopping center on Melaleuca Lane and Congress Avenue. Security at the shopping center told deputies that he was armed, so that's why they responded, according to the sheriff, the way that they did. So they did fire several times when trying to arrest him. The suspect was shot and brought to the hospital, but he is responsible, we're told, for 48 hours of just different burglaries involving several different people. So finally, they're just really happy to have him off of the street this morning and put those people at ease. Reporting live this morning, Christina Noche, Wptv News Channel 5.
Well, this is the 3rd shooting of this year involving Palm Beach County Sheriff's deputies. There were 9 last year. On July 30th, John Mojica Valderrama was shot by a deputy during an undercover drug investigation in Lake Worth. And on October 7th, Amada Lago was shot and killed after attacking his neighbor and his wife with a machete.
A man's dead after a car crash in suburban Boynton Beach. Fire rescue crews found that wrecked car against a wall yesterday near Lyons Road and Hypoluxo Road. Now, investigators say a Dodge Viper driven by a man named Scott Steffen was speeding. Then a second vehicle was involved. May have been a case of road rage. They're still investigating that one this morning. Also still under investigation, another deadly car crash over the weekend. The Palm Beach Post reports it happened yesterday on I-95 in Jupiter, just south of Indiantown Road. The driver swerved off the interstate, swiping a camera pole and then hitting a tree.
Investigators are trying to learn more about a boat that washed ashore on Hutchinson Island. Take a look here. This small boat was found abandoned yesterday. We're told it was powered by a small 4-cylinder engine from a car. St. Lucie County Sheriff's Office has reported it to the Coast Guard. Chris?
Well, guys, following breaking news right now, a mayor is dead after being shot in the head overnight. This happening in a small town in northern Georgia. The NBC affiliate out of Atlanta reporting the mayor of Clarksville, Georgia, again, dead after a shooting. This, what we know about the town is just that it's small, just a little bit more than 1,200 people living there right in North Georgia. Not clear what led up to the shooting, but we'll stay on top of it. Ashley?
All right, Chris, thanks. Natural gas service is expected to be restored to 2,000 residents and businesses in downtown Fort Pierce by tonight. Now, a drop in line pressure caused the city to shut off the gas. This is affecting north of Georgia Avenue, west of 33rd Avenue. The drop in pressure could cause the pilot light to blow out, allowing gas to seep and build up fumes.
Today, you can weigh in on your plans for a new bike and pedestrian trail in Lake Worth. Those plans call for converting a right-of-way into a greenway along 5th Avenue South. Tonight's meeting is at 6 at City Hall. And the future of Indiantown Road up for discussion in Jupiter this afternoon. The town wants to add bicycle lanes, crosswalks, electric taxi cabs, and even medians between US 1 and east to A1A. The town may also drop the speed limit to 45 miles per hour. A reservation-only workshop is going to be held at the United Methodist Church.
Expect some long lines at the post office today. The U.S. Postal Service says today is the busiest mailing day of the year. If you want something to arrive by Christmas, by the way, postal officials say you have to mail it by December 21st. Postal Service estimates more than 15.5 billion pieces of mail will be sent this holiday season. They'll be busy. Well, the Boynton Beach Police Department came together with the community for the holiday season, collecting more than $2,500 worth of toys this weekend. And those presents will be donated Thursday to an organization that works to prevent child abuse. It's now 4:35. Just ahead, a sergeant caught on camera arguing with a veteran over a disabled parking spot in Riviera Beach. Why the video led to an internal affairs investigation.
And a big day for the first of the 6 Baltimore police officers charged in connection with Freddie Gray's death. Next, how the state's preparing to rest its case. It's all coming up on Wptv News Channel 5.
Catch your News Channel 5 updates throughout the day on News Radio WJNO.
That must have been some sale, Patty.
Jim just had to have it. We saved big. You?
I had to have this.
Wow.
Love all of this.
It lights up everything.
This holiday season, see your GMC dealer and get something you really want. Now current lessees switch to GMC and get this low mileage lease on this 2016 Terrain for around $199 per month with just $939 due at signing.
From WPTV News Channel 5, get Storm Team 5 weather updates throughout the day on Cool 105.5.
Sometimes the best gift is just being home with the ones we love most. During City Furniture's holiday sale, a bonded leather bed is just $5.99. A bonded leather sectional, $9.99. A 5-piece dining set, just $7.99. And find even more holiday specials on cityfurniture.com. Plus, enjoy free shipping and no interest for 18 months. Happy holidays from City Furniture.
Herbs all year round. Chia. With the Gourmet Chia Herb Garden. It contains everything you need to grow fresh herbs right in your own kitchen. Sprinkle on the herb seeds, water, and watch it grow. I bought one for my mother, my friend, and myself.
And also from Chia, Chia Cat Grass, the Chia for cats. Your cat may be tempted by your favorite plants. Remove the temptation. Get your cat the treat they love. Get the Chia Cat Grass and Chia Herb Garden. Makes a great gift.
How else do you think he gets around so fast? Take the reins this holiday and get the Mercedes-Benz you've always wanted during the winter event. Now lease the 2016 C300 for $359 a month at your local Mercedes-Benz dealer.
Celebrate the holidays with a sleigh full of television favorites.
I'll tell you something, Shortcut, that's what Christmas is all about.
As MeTV wishes everyone a very Merry MeTV.
Merry Christmas.
Each weeknight starting at 9/8 Central, unwrap a special holiday-themed TV classic. And as a stocking stuffer, we've added some special surprises.
I guess that's what the miracle of the season's all about.
Happy holidays from MeTV South Florida. Ho, ho, ho!
Hi, it's the Mo and Sally Morning Show from Cool 105.5. Get WPTV News Channel 5 weather updates from Steve Weagle and Storm Team 5 every hour during your workday.
News Channel 5 and Cool 105.5, keeping you safe and secure.
Closed captioning on WPTV is sponsored by Bethesda Health.
Good morning, everyone, and welcome back. Seas right now about 5.5 feet for all you boaters, and we do have a small craft advisory in effect. Seas will range from 3 to 6 feet later on this afternoon. In the waterways, we'll have a light to moderate chop. High tide 10:22 this morning. Here's a look at that beach forecast. You know, the last couple of days we've had a really high threat for rip currents. Today, that threat is starting to diminish. Just a moderate threat, and it's because the wind is beginning to shift to the south-southeast. That is going to bring us some heavy rain. We'll time that out for you in just a few minutes.
Thank you, Tyler. Right now, we're going to talk about this. A jury could begin deliberations today in the trial of William Porter, the first of 6 Baltimore police officers charged in connection with Freddie Gray's death. Andrew Spencer has this report.
Prosecutors argue Officer William Porter ignored pleas for help because he did not care about Freddie Gray's life.
The prosecution has presented evidence that went far beyond what the public expected, and that's what makes their case very strong.
Over the last 2 weeks, they've also argued Porter went against department policy by not securing Gray properly in the back of a Baltimore police transport van. Porter's defense has said the opposite, arguing standard protocol was to not use seatbelts. They've tried to pin responsibility on the van's driver, Caesar Goodson.
I just don't see where the state has convinced anyone that, beyond a reasonable doubt, that simply not belting him in when it wasn't his responsibility, reflected a callous disregard for the life of Freddie Gray.
The big questions at the center of this trial are when, during the 45-minute ride, did Freddie Gray suffer a fatal neck injury, and whether and how quickly Porter tried to get him medical help. The jury will weigh those questions as they consider the charges against Porter: involuntary manslaughter, second-degree assault, misconduct in office, and reckless endangerment. I'm Andrew Spencer, reporting.
It's 4:41 as you start your Monday with us. A festive find coming up next, why a letter to Santa is being called a real Christmas miracle.
And the holiday season is full of potential dangers for your pets. Tips to keep those furry friends safe still ahead. You're watching WPTV News Channel 5. Good morning.
It's time for Weagle's Weather Wise.
People ask me why you can get a sunburn on a cloudy day. UV rays come down from the sun through the atmosphere, and the clouds will protect you to a certain extent. But they still travel through the clouds, and although it takes longer to get a sunburn compared to a day where it's completely sunny, you should still wear sunscreen even when there are lots of clouds around.
For more Weagle's Weather Wise, visit WPTV.com. Sponsored by Greco Automotive Group.
Kent French is the world-class clapper. 721 claps a minute. With the clapper, I only need 2 claps.
Clap on, clap off.
Claps things on, claps things off. Clap on the music. Just plug in your appliance. The clapper's great for hard-to-reach places. Take it from Kent. Just get
clap on, clap off.
The clapper.
Available at Walgreens, CVS, participating Ace, and Kmart.
Snowman, look! This is the best part! The gift exchange.
Okay, honey, ready?
Ready.
1, 2, 3.
Oh, a $10 ticket. Oh, it's perfect.
Honey, aren't you going to open your gift?
Yeah, give me a minute here. I'm busy.
Oh, okay. She really likes her scratchers.
1, 2, 3. Thanks, Nutcracker. Where's my ticket? Sorry? Give your gift a little something extra. With holiday scratch-offs from the Florida Lottery, you could win up to $2 million instantly. Florida Lottery, just imagine.
After a car accident, money talks.
That's why people are talking about Steiner is going green.
They've helped clients get more money for their accident.
Like how much are we talking?
30, 40, even 50 times more.
Whoa, get this.
They got Diane $1.9 million after her car accident.
$1.9 million?
That's what I'm talking about.
Money for her medical bills. Money for her family.
Money for her peace of mind.
It's no wonder.
People are talking about Steiner is going green.
800-561-1111.
Sure, Rosner's has been in business over 100 years, and that's nice. We're proud of that. But people want to know what you've done for them lately.
That's why we price check the big box stores every day. Apples to apples will beat them all day long.
Bigger isn't better. Better is better. Better prices, better products, and better follow-through.
Cleaner laundry, lower energy bills, and tastier food. All those things begin with the right appliance.
Rosner's is your headquarters for GE appliances.
There's a new pet. Chia Pet, the pottery that grows. And now...
Introducing Chia Pet Jurassic World. Chia Pet featuring Marvel's Spider-Man. And Disney's Kermit. It's fun. Spread the seeds, water, watch it grow. Chia Pet, the gift that grows.
Available at Walgreens, CVS, Kmart, Walmart. Makes a great gift.
4:44 right now. A man caught on camera installing ATM skimming devices has been sentenced now to more than 6 years in prison. Sun Sentinel reports Sabin Iantalk was also ordered to pay more than $400,000 restitution. He pleaded guilty Friday to being part of a criminal ring targeting SunTrust branches in Palm Beach, Broward, and Miami-Dade counties. Well, police in the town of Palm Beach want to catch these women. Take a look. According to Palm Beach Daily News, they're accused of stealing several items from cars in a condo parking lot along South Ocean Boulevard. They were last seen in a red Cadillac DTS with those Florida plates IDJ055.
A hidden camera led to a marijuana growing bust in St. Lucie County. Investigators say that video showed the plants being cared for on a near daily basis. A judge allowed the camera to be placed in the home in the Lakewood Park area to catch illegal activity. Chris?
Well, Mike, we're following breaking news just coming down from the Associated Press. Egypt says that it has not found any evidence that the Russian passenger plane that crashed over its country back in October was a terrorist attack. You remember this scene after this plane went down. Now, what Egypt is saying goes against what our country and Russia have said, both believing a bomb took this plane down. ISIS has actually even claimed responsibility, but again, Egypt is saying at this point it hasn't found any evidence that it was a terrorist attack. All 224 people on board that flight were killed.
Born addicted to heroin. The CDC says the number of babies born dependent on opioids has risen 5-fold over the last dozen years. NBC's Cynthia McFadden looks into why and what happens when these infants go through withdrawal.
They are the most innocent victims of our country's opiate epidemic. It's hard to watch, but for too long we have looked away.
14% of all babies who are delivered at our hospital in the year 2014 were exposed to drugs. It's an astronomical number.
Nearly 30,000 a year in this country.
It can be frustrating because you do everything and they're still uncomfortable.
J.C. Frazier was one of those babies. She inherited her mother Lacey's blue eyes and her dependency on drugs. She was just 6 months old when the state of Florida says her mother mistakenly gave her a lethal dose of methadone.
You know, there are going to be people listening to you at home saying, this is a woman who killed her own child.
Yeah.
What do you want them to understand?
That I didn't purposely do anything to hurt her. I love her so much that things could have been prevented on my part as well as if I'd had some help. And that I take responsibility. I'm not putting responsibility on anyone else. I made a mistake.
Frazier is serving 15 years in prison.
Sometimes when I wake up in the morning, I think that she's laying beside me. And then it takes me a little bit to realize that it's my blanket balled up. It's not her.
In fact, J.C.'s short life may have been saved if a 12-year-old federal law had been followed. The law requires hospitals to report newborns like J.C. to the state's Child Protective Services. In J.C.'s case, the North Carolina hospital did inform Child Protective Services in South Carolina, where the family lived. This notation was in her chart. Home health RN visits will begin after discharge. But South Carolina ignored federal law in favor of its own, far less stringent state law.
Did anyone ever come and see you when you got out of the hospital?
No, ma'am.
Was there a safe baby plan when you left the hospital?
Just have a nice life.
So nobody sat down with you and said, look, you're a drug addict, you're taking methadone, this baby's at risk. We need to have a plan.
No.
J.C. is far from alone. Despite the federal law, Reuters and NBC identified 110 cases in the last 5 years where babies whose mothers used opiates during pregnancy died preventable deaths after being sent home. Former Congressman Jim Greenwood sponsored the law to protect these babies.
Federal legislation was passed 12 years ago, and yet here we sit, and effectively it isn't being enforced.
Right. Now we have this epidemic, and the system is failing us at every level, and it doesn't need to be that way.
Is there someone who could decree and make this happen?
Yeah, so the Secretary of Health and Human Services could say, we're going to look at this very closely, and if you're not really doing the job, we're going to start withholding the money.
So you wish the law had been enforced, right?
Yes. I wish that somebody had paid attention because I didn't just fall through the cracks. I fell through the Grand Canyon, okay?
Of course, little JC and hundreds of other babies are the ones who pay the ultimate price. The Secretary of Health and Human Services, Sylvia Matthews Burwell, declined our repeated requests for an interview.
We want to get now a check of our weather. Storm Team 5 meteorologist Tyler Malden joins us now with a look at that. Sounds like we could have some showers in our forecast.
Yes, absolutely. We've already had a little bit of rain earlier this morning, and it looks like we're going to see a few more showers. Right now we're dry. Temperatures are in the 60s and the 70s. Fog tracker shows some fog out towards Okeechobee, but that's pretty much it. So right now it is a pretty quiet morning for you as you head out on the roads. Patchy fog will continue to develop across the Treasure Coast, and we could still see an isolated stray shower across the coastline, but that's it. The temperatures are in the 70s, pushing 80 degrees once we get to 9 o'clock this morning, and from there, it is a really warm day for December. Here's Vipercast. You see that we'll have a partly cloudy sky through the morning, going on into the afternoon, and for the most part, it will stay dry all the way through lunchtime. But once we get to the afternoon, you see our wind shift to the southwest. That brings in all of this moisture, and we see more heavy rain. All right, so scattered showers are in the forecast for us this afternoon and this evening, and likely as we head on into tomorrow as well. So here's the forecast. 85 degrees for you today. That is about 8 degrees above our average. Near record-breaking territory for us, but I doubt very seriously we break any records. Partly sunny and breezy, scattered showers, and the wind will get up to about 20 miles per hour, gusts as high as probably 25. The rain chance for today is 40%. Then we see a 40% chance of rain tomorrow as well. Highs will still be around 84 to 85 degrees. We then see isolated showers on Wednesday and Thursday, and then our next front approaches on Friday, and that will spike our rain chances to 60% on Friday, and then that rain will carry on over into Saturday morning. Once that once that front is down to our south, some cooler and drier air will start to roll in. We could be dealing with temperatures in the 50s come Sunday morning, and highs Sunday afternoon will only get up to about 74 degrees. Until then, though, we are going to be dealing with some really warm temperatures. Temperatures will be around 83 to 85 degrees. Back to you.
Tyler, thanks. Let's get a check now of your Chop 5 time saver traffic. A look now at I-95 at North Lake Boulevard. Things are moving along beautifully so far today. Everything is green for go, according to Florida Highway Patrol, but of course we'll keep an eye on it as the morning commute begins. Now we want to help you find the cheapest gas in your neighborhood. We took a little look at Palm Beach County. The lowest price we found there at Costco at Lantana, the $1.97 per gallon, and along the Treasure Coast, a four-way tie in Vero Beach. The price is now at $1.89 per gallon. At those spots, you can find the best price in your neighborhood at all times. Just tap the traffic tab in the free Wptv app. Mike?
Thanks, Ashley. I want to show you this video circulating on social media showing the violence of civil war in Syria. We've heard so much about ISIS, but rebels and the government still fighting each other. Dozens killed in air attacks over the weekend, including at least 2 children and a school principal. This is out of Damascus. Unidentified warplanes launched those strikes in the suburbs of that city held by rebels. The Israeli military says it shot a 16-year-old Palestinian girl in the West Bank, and they did that after she stabbed a person. Israeli media reported that woman's in critical condition right now in a Jerusalem hospital.
A Christmas wish letter was found in a chimney in England more than 70 years after it was written. A father and son were remodeling a house when they came across the note written to Father Christmas. It was a long wish list. It included clothing and, quote, any toys you have to spare. David Haylock wrote the letter when he was about 6 years old. He's now 78.
I think I was rather precocious in asking for a silk tie. I'm sure this wasn't the only one, but I can remember with my mother bending down and putting it up the chimney, because the chimney had a sort of wedge shape in it, and waiting for the draft to take it up.
I love that a 6-year-old asked for a silk tie. That's so cute. So Haylock says his grandchildren were most amazed because their wish lists are emailed.
Looks like they gave him the presents. Maybe he got that silk tie after all. Santa and Mrs. Claus helped fight a small fire at the Living Planet Aquarium in Utah. Pretty busy this time of year, right? The aquarium was evacuated yesterday. The flames quickly put out, and good news here, no animals were hurt either. You know, you might gain an extra pound or two this holiday season, but we need to be more worried about our four-legged friends. Monica Robbins reports on some hidden dangers for your pets.
We love to make them part of the family, but it's important to remember some of what we enjoy can be dangerous, if not deadly, to them.
If the dogs are always the kind that put their heads on the table or try to steal stuff, then put them away while you're eating.
While a taste of turkey can be tolerated, it usually never stops there.
The skin, here's a little mashed potatoes, here, just clean up my whole plate.
And usually all the guests are sneaking Fido some food, too.
And if they're used to getting things like that, then they don't know where their boundaries are.
And that's when the GI problems like vomiting and diarrhea can start. But depending on what they've ingested, it could be worse. Artificial sweeteners found in many baked goods contain xylitol. It can be deadly to dogs.
The main problem is liver disease, and it can cause death from liver disease.
There's always a spike in calls to the pet poison hotline over the holidays, especially over dogs ingesting chocolate. Bottom line, just keep everything out of reach.
There's not much you can trust your dog and cats with around the holiday times. You just have to have sense.
I have a story on that, actually a lot more tips. Many you didn't know coming up on the 17th. So you're going to want to check that. Talk to the local veterinarian at Peggy Adams Animal Rescue. Thumbs up on that. You really need to check out that story. So
Absolutely.
many, they get neglected during the holidays, the pets do, so you got to pay attention.
Yeah, and lots to think about. 4:56 right now. Coming up next, a weekend getaway takes a turn for the worse. How a woman was attacked at a local nudist resort.
And the stage is set for the final GOP debate of this year. A look at the 9 candidates going to appear for the Republican presidential primary. You're watching WPTV News Channel 5.